Okay, so this video is to adjust an image so that has higher resolution. So in case you are using a featured image on LRM and the header image ends up being a little bit blurry, this is a kind of a little trick to make it look better. Now, it doesn't work all the time, but it depends on what the image is, the size of the image, and so forth. Your best bet is to get a image that is traditionally larger than others. This is, of course, what I try to do is show a copy of an image that would be blurry on the header image versus one that would be crystal clear. So as you can see, this one's a smaller image. It's been a little bit modified, I guess, from the original image. This is the original image here. I guess it was lightened up, and so when added to the WordPress and put on our template, basically it came out blurry. So this is the crystal clear version, this is the blurry version. So what you want to do, if let's say this is the only version you could find of this image and you really wanted to use something like this, if you have a Mac computer, it's pretty simple. Okay, so you open up the image in preview, you go to tools, you're going to click on adjust size. Okay, it's got width, it's got height and resolution. You really don't want to mess with the width and the height, because the bigger you make the image, the more stretched out the pixelation will be. So if this, let's say this was the only image you had and you had to put it in the article as the header image, you want to keep the image the same size, okay? But see how it's a 72 pixels per inch resolution? That is what we would consider almost a standard definition resolution there. Okay, now all you would do is bump it up. So I always go super high on this 300 pixels per inch type deal. Now what that means is basically the pixelation is going to be smaller, it's going to be a little bit more defined. You're not going to see it originally after you click OK, so watch. Still looks the same, right? Basically, you'll save the image, you'll upload it, but then it'll have a little bit of a difference there. And the pixelation, when it's stretched out now, over like the header image, when it needs to stretch it out, what it will do is those pixels now become a lot more defined and you get a more crystal clear image. But on the safer side, if you can find something that is a little bit bigger, JPEG's always the best way to go. Bitmaps somewhat do well, not the greatest, but pings are with a clear background sometimes do okay. Depends on what type of article you're using, but ultimately what you want to look for is a JPEG with a size. Let's look at this size, adjust size here. Yeah, 890, 466. It's you don't have to have it this big, but if you find something small, that's fine. Just resolution wise, you see this one's at 300, so it's going to be a more crystal clear image when it's stretched out. So that's basically what you need to do. So then you would go file, save the image. Now it's saved under, see, adjust size. Yep, 300 pixels. So now when that image gets stretched out, it's going to try to keep that clear definition to it. But as you can see between the two images, this one has a little bit more of a clear definition to it. This one's been altered a little bit. I think it's trying to being lightened up to try to see the more definitions of the suit, or when it first came out. So, but that's a quick trick on Mac computers. On Windows, you can go into Paint and adjust it. I just don't know the exact way to do that. I haven't worked with a Windows computer in a while, so pretty much if you need me to look it up for you, I can. So just let me know on Slack or through email.